squidding me!
Hello and welcome back to Race to Prestige Season 4. Huzzah! We are still in the free weekend, so I'm limited in terms of knots I can use. But hopefully we can make great use of Genji. Almost alliteration. Great Gregorious Gumps of Gopher Guts. No, that's not it. But anyway, I will see you when the game actually starts, so that we're not just chatting to an empty screen. Okay, here we go. Hew. But today's topic of discussion is what I like to say is the difference between hard counter and OP, like overpowered status. Let's see, what are we up against? I think our best thing would actually be to not get anything for now. Let's actually just do that and go back and get Storm. But one of the things I'd like to address is people just going out and calling things OP just immediately and very willy-nilly. I read an interesting post on the forums about this status, because I was researching the topics as I try to do. And one guy made a very interesting post about what's OP and is the sort of current balance situation okay. And the way he sort of explained things is a hard counter. That's because that's what I'm talking about in this episode, is hard counters. And does everyone do that trick nowadays? I guess they do, because it's just so darn good. That he equated a hard counter is something like a game like the game rock paper scissors. That is an idea of hard counters, where there's just certain things that win against each other. And so in that kind of a sense, Awesomenauts really doesn't have hard counters. There's not like a matchup where every single time you lose, like in rock paper scissors, because rock always beats scissors. And yeah, you didn't have to do that, dude. I was fine. And so there's in that sort of sense of the word, there's not really hard counters in this game. There are soft counters, which he talked about as well. And ooh, hello. Who was cloaked? How did one of them? I don't understand. I don't understand this game sometimes. But the way, let's see, what did you talk about? Let's see if we can save up enough money to get Droid Convert and Cocoon in one shot, because that is what I really want. Let's see here. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, so the way he was basically saying is you can achieve balance by having all knots be equally equal. Like, every knot has the same chance of against every other knot, which isn't currently true in Awesomenauts right now. Because there's some matches, like I would say Leon versus Yuri or Coco versus Ayla, where there's a distinct advantage to one side. That the one side has such an advantage that it's very hard, not impossible, but it's very hard for the enemy team to combat. That's the word I'm looking for. To combat that setup. Hello. But then the other way he presented was that everybody has the equal number of wins, like things they're good at and things they're not good against that. And to sort of further his analogy of rock, paper, scissors, if you've ever heard of the game Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock, it's sort of like a continuation of Rock, Paper, Scissors. And the reason why it works is because everything has the same amount of counters and the same amount of things it's good against. And that's was sort of his second condition on being, being balanced, was to have that sort of situation where everyone has the equal amounts of matchups that they're good against and matchups that they're bad against. And so I don't think either of those is quite possible in Awesomenauts. It's just, there's too many variables, and you can't make everybody viable. Like, you cannot make every matchup viable. Like, you cannot make Clunk versus Volt a viable option. Like, it's just never going to happen. No matter how you tweak with the numbers, you just have to fundamentally change certain characters in order to make that happen. And I don't think the game needs that. But I'm not completely opposed to like hard counters. I think they're just a part of life. Sometimes you get into situations where some characters are just going to be straight up better than others. And there's not really a way you can get around that. And it kind of makes me sad in some circumstances, because one of my favorite characters is Swiggins, and he has so many hard counters, things he's not good against. Oh wow, that's interesting. Weird droid convert. There have been lots of droid convert bugs in this patch. But this is, they kind of need to fix that. But, oh, poopy poop. Let's be safe about things. Oh, I was hoping he'd dodge it. 'Cause I really, oh, it made a droid out of him too. That's kind of interesting. And, yeah, let's see what other notes do I have. It's just going to be a fact of this game that some knots are better at others against certain other knots. Like, that's just how they are. Because they are different, there are going to be certain ones that are better at certain things. And so, like, Sko is going to be a very good brawler. No matter how unless they fundamentally change the character, he's going to be a brawler. Oh, sweet mama. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see, do I got... No, I do not have that, but at least I can buy that. Make me more beefy. Things to talk about. Ah, missed. Dang-nabbit. Okay. I wasn't actively following him, so you can't get angry at me. He might, but you guys can't. Got a turret, yay! Hey, stealing all my jobs. Doesn't actually do anything to the situation. Not a safe situation for me. Quick to call things OP. Oh, yeah, right. I was going to talk about my own personal experience and how easy we label things as overpowered. And I think one of the big causes of this is often we really play the same kind of characters. Like for me, I always used to play big tanky, not big tanky, what am I saying? The exact opposite. Small, nimble things like Ray, Leon, and now Coco. So what that really led me to say, because I guess I'm now bringing it back to my whole topic of discussion here, that I would think that, like, I've longest time thought, well, Froggy is overpowered, and I don't think that anymore, but I still think he's a little bit of a broken character, but that's a topic for another day. I don't know if I'll even make it a topic. But I always thought he was OP, and I think that was because I always played the same kind of knots, and they get heavily countered by him, and so it would make me feel like I couldn't do anything. But that's just because he was a hard counter to me. Like, no matter what I did, okay, well, are you gonna pop a droid out? Yes, you are. That's an odd bug. Boop. Grab some health. And so I think that really contributes to the whole OP calling in the community today, is that because I cannot win against this person, therefore he is an overpowered character. It's that kind of thinking, I think. I never say anything on these topics that I say with certainty. I always say take things with a grain of salt. I am here to try to encourage discussion, not just me ranting and saying this is how it is. I want you guys to talk about this. I want you guys to share your opinions and not just listen to me. Like, comment, do something. But I kind of feel like a lot of these discussions so far I've sort of been playing the devil's advocate. A lot of people say one thing, but then I'll present an idea that to try and play the devil's advocate, like I said, of present ideas for why this may not be true. Like, maybe characters are not overpowered, and it's very easy in lower leagues. That's where a lot of this OP calling comes from, is from lower leagues who are just incapable of changing their playstyle. And for that, there's really not that much we can do, because some people think that, like, in the lower leagues, certain strategies are just unstoppable to them because they don't know how to counter them. They don't think it's even possible to counter them. And so they just get into this situation where they think that, like, well, why would Ronimo include something so broken? But really, oh my gosh. That's funny. They don't know how, and it's not their fault necessarily. I mean, it's perfectly reasonable. Oh right, I don't have explosion. Thought I got explosion. I guess I didn't. Trying to read my notes here. Oh, gasp. Le gasp. Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's kind of crazy. Man, this game sometimes makes me giggle. He's going to health steal dive build. That's kind of interesting. Hey, I got some health. How did I get health from that? I don't know how that's even possible. I don't know how I got health from that. Yeah, if I set in my case here everywhere I can. Who'd I hit? Oh, I hit Ayla. How is he getting healing? I don't know. Maybe he has regen or something. I guess it's kind of a good thing that I've been placed in these sort of lower leagues, because it lets me talk without having to concentrate too hard on playing. Like I've said, I've got a little bit of a one-track mind, and it's hard for me to concentrate on two things at once, in case you couldn't tell already. Oh, he's going for double dive, too. Did I get speed? I got speed. I forgot that I had gotten speed. That's how crazy my brain works. I completely forgot that. Let's wait a little bit before so we can get second healing, so we can actually be a support character to our team. But yeah, so there's, I just wanted to sort of present the idea that there's not every situation where one character beats another is a case of something being OP. There's such a thing as hard counters, and it's not often talked about. It usually it's quick to just raise the OP flag, but I'm trying to present something as an idea. That's what my goal is in these videos. Careful, Mike! Run, Mike! That's not how you run. Is he going for an AA build? Boom! Long shot. He gets. Crap, I missed. I missed. I missed. So yeah, I'm kind of running out of things to say here. But I have been talking for 15 minutes, so I mean, I don't think it's too bad on my fault. My fault? My end? I don't know quite how to say that. You in troubles? No, you isn't. But yeah, the purpose of these discussions are not to just for me to spout my ideas. If I wanted to make a one-man podcast, I probably could. I mean, I don't know if I could. I probably couldn't. I couldn't talk for that long or stand talking to myself for that long. I'd have to get some other people, and I'm a very antisocial person, so probably wouldn't end up happening. But I really want to foster sort of community stuff in these videos and not just be all about me. I'm not a me kind of a person. Oh my, that's getting him the money banks. Boop. Give me some health. I've never been a very me kind of a person. It's sort of anti... Oh gosh! Anti-thinking in terms of YouTube. You have to sort of be a very... Oh my gosh. This guy. Just does not know how to play against... oh my gosh. To be a YouTuber, you kind of gotta be a very personality-driven thing, and so I don't quite like my personality that much. I'm not a huge fan of my personality. I don't think I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, and that's a lot of time. What's required? Go away! Did I get him? No, I didn't. Oh well. Oh well. Gee, oh wow, that was interesting. I guess he was starting the blind there, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let's see how far we got. Got to 23, 24, 25. Okay, cool. So thank you guys for watching. If you've got an idea for a topic of discussion, just leave it in the comments below. I will be happy to read them and give me things, because I need to talk about 50 to 60 different things, and I don't quite have that many ideas in my head currently. So anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.